Daniel Leaks are R1, Robert Kyle the R2, Bryce Poley, Jason Height are line judges, and we're underway here from Charlottesville as Ashley Lee sets the middle for Lauren Bowie, who couldn't convert. Now Adriana Rhoda, the top offensive player for this Middle Tennessee team. That's hammered off the block of Rhoda by Lauren Bowie, and the first point goes to the Cavaliers. Bowie was injured over the latter stages of the preseason and did not play in the first 3 matches for the Cavaliers, but in there now for her 7th consecutive match. Elena Dupre, the Virginia Tech transfer, serves. To the near side pin, the roll shot from Rhoda doesn't work. Lee, the back set, and Dupre hits the net. Middle Tennessee levels us at 1. So the Blue Raiders coming off a 20-10 season in 2023. They were the 3 seed in the Conference USA tournament. They fell in the Conference USA quarters to FIU, but made the NIVC, lost in the first round to Ball State. But a team that's had significant departures from last year's roster. Brooklyn Borum cross court. The senior outside from Illinois had 5 straight double-digit kill matches before having just 8 on 26 total attempts against the Flames. Virginia, well, it's relatively well rested. They have not played since Friday. Spees the short step, and that crashes off the block of Tanner. The kill for Nilsson. Emma Nilsson, part of this rejuvenated Middle Tennessee roster with 5 freshmen out of the 14 on the team. Here's one of the veterans in Lau Janssen, the senior outside from the Netherlands, now in her 2nd year with Middle Tennessee, coming over from Little Rock. Borum times it up and smacks it. That goes off of Eccles' wrists. Straight away, no conversion there for Kira Booth. Now Abby Tatter does. Abby Tatter, the senior from San Diego, who tops Virginia in both kills and blocks. Huge emphasis for Shannon Wells, especially over the last 2 seasons. Get the ball to the middle. Tatter leading the Cavaliers with just shy of 300 kills in 2023. That serve dipping, Kate Johnson's got it. The junior from Gainesville now pacing the Cavaliers with 12 aces on the season. UVA feels very confidently in its serving game. UVA with 56 aces over the first 9 matches. That time Johnson overshoots. So it's 4-3 Cavaliers as coach Chuck Crawford brings on Allie Magre, the freshman DS from Louisville, who won a state championship in 2023 with Assumption High School. Tatter down the line, she misses. Point to Middle Tennessee, and we're tied at 4. Cavaliers will use 2 different setters today in their 5-2 system. Ashley Lee, the starter, and Zoe Doe, the freshman from Michigan, coming off the bench. Magre the serve. Doe on the slide. Tatter, that's a beam as it ricochets all the way up to our broadcast location. Have to be aware for volleyballs all over the place here inside of that gym. Tatter with her 2nd kill on 3 swings. Spees to the far side pin, cross court. It's there for Eowyn Schrader. Another one of those 1st-year players for Middle Tennessee coming over from Iowa. Schrader only had 6 kills on 21 swings before last weekend in Charleston. But in those 3 matches, 4 kills, 8 kills, and a career-high 9 kills against Charleston. Olivia Bronner the serve. Dupre. Cavaliers regain the advantage. Dupre struggled to find her form in the Liberty tournament. In the 3 matches against ETSU, West Virginia, and Liberty, combined for only 16 kills, 15 errors on 60 swings. Tatter serves. She spent a lot of time improving her serving game as her career has continued. Doe, the setter, opts to go for her own offense. It doesn't work. Cavaliers keep it alive. Dode near pin. Dupre lines it up and hammers it off the block. Second kill for Dupre on 3 swings. You will see 2 offensively minded setters tonight, both freshmen, in Zoe Dode, who already has 26 kills this season, and Andy Spees, who wears 0 for Middle Tennessee. She's played a little bit on the right side already this season in addition to her setting duties, and she has 52 kills entering this match. Not too shabby for a setter. Spees, the 2-time reigning Conference USA Freshman of the Week. Tatter clips the net. Spees, and little trouble there for Kira Booth on the slide. Did not touch it, and the Cavaliers stretch their lead to 3. UVA hitting .364 in the early goings of this one. Tatter's line drive finds Jansen on the slide. This time Booth doesn't make a mistake. Kira Booth leading the team with a .296 hitting percentage. Over 1,000 kills on her career, a first-year Raider coming over from Villanova, where she finished her time with the Wildcats as the program's all-time leader in hitting percentage at .309. Ashley Lee and Lauren Bowie alongside Milan Gomillion all re-enter the match for Shannon Wells. Gomillion playing in her 100th career match today, the second-year Cavalier moving over from Maryland. Out of system and a free ball now for the Cavaliers. Gomillion, Lee, the senior, in front, and there it is for Kate Dean. The junior middle blocker who set a career high with 13 kills on a .571 conversion rate against the Liberty Flames last Friday. UVA coming back from 2 sets to 1 down to win that match against the Flames. 25-23 in set 4, 15-9 in set 5. Big block in front. It's from Dupre. Just her 9th block on the season. The Cavaliers have found the early footing in this one, up by 5. Elena Dupre was the co-MVP with Milan Gomillion in the Quest for the Crown tournament in Norfolk to begin the season in matches against Marist, William & Mary, and Old Dominion. Lee locks her eyes on it, finds Dean, and Middle Tennessee rescues it for the moment. Rhoda softly brushes it across. Cavaliers set it up. They're out of system. Bowie to the back row. The dig from Bronner. Rhoda, the touch across, and 4 hands over there with Bowie and Dean. Cavaliers doubling up the Blue Raiders, and a timeout for Chuck Crawford. UVA has scored the last 4 points to stretch the lead to 6. And we'll take a timeout with Coach Crawford as well. Cavaliers with a half-dozen lead over the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders here from Mem Gym on ACC Network Extra. Middle Tennessee takes one of its 2 timeouts in this opening set. Blue Raiders trailing by 6 against the Virginia Cavaliers. Here from Mem Gym, Corey Spector with you. Thanks so much for being with us on your Tuesday night. A Blue Raiders program that was honestly towards the basement of Conference USA for a long time. Middle Tennessee had 8 consecutive losing seasons from 2014 to 2021, winning just 29% of its matches. In fact, they had 3 straight conference records of 2-12 from 2016 to 2018. Chuck Crawford now in his 8th season as the Middle Tennessee head coach, and he is starting to steer this program back towards the top of Conference USA. This was a program that, you go back to the late 2010s, the early 2010s, the late 2000s, they were one of the best mid-major programs across the country. Middle Tennessee made 6 consecutive NCAA tournaments from 2006 to 2011, including 2 at-larges in that stretch. Elena Dupre takes something off it, fails to get the kill. Rhoda off the hands of Gomillion, but it lands out. Adriana Rhoda, who Coach Shannon Wells for Virginia calls an ACC level outside. Rhoda has led Middle Tennessee now in each of the last 3 seasons in kills. All-conference second-team selection as a freshman. All-CUSA first team last year. Ashley Lee right near the net. It does find the floor as Dupre headed off some hands. And Elena Dupre will go back to serve. Dupre leading the Cavaliers in kills per set, a career high of 3.3. That's the 17th error on serve for Dupre this season, the most of any Cavalier. Meredith Reed in for UVA as she will be the substitute for Dupre. Reed, the sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina, as Allison Eckel, the sophomore from Kenosha, Wisconsin, is back to serve. Had a career-high 19 digs against Robert Morris in the second of those 3 matches in Charleston this past weekend. That's a floater from Bowie. Spies, and a mistimed jump there from Nilsson. Middle Tennessee regains cross-court from Eowyn Schrader. Borum. Spies to the near pin, and that one nearly finds the floor from Trey McCutcheon. Virginia keeps it alive. Longest rally so far. Spies to the right pin. Schrader can't finish. Reed the dig. Bowie the slam. Third Cavalier with at least 2 kills so far. And UVA regains that 6-point cushion. Spies the short set for McCutcheon, a whistle, and Abby Tatter touched the net. Lau Jansen, who is wearing the libero shirt for the 4th consecutive match. She's also an outside hitter, but Middle Tennessee has struggled with its passing in the early goings of this season, so Jansen now filling the libero shirt. Virginia out of rotation that time as the R2 Robert Kyle caught it. And Middle Tennessee with back-to-back points as Jansen serves again. And she's got an ace. 13th ace this season for Lau Jansen, the senior from the Netherlands. Such a versatile piece for Coach Crawford. Jansen leading Little Rock in kills in both her freshman and sophomore seasons. 400 as a freshman, 250 as a sophomore, and 277 with Middle Tennessee last season. Lee, Tatter, oh, that boomerang's right off the block of Booth. Kira Booth forming a big wall at the center of the net. Led Villanova in blocks in each of the last 4 seasons. And she is towards the top of the Middle Tennessee charts in that category this season. One of the big question marks for Middle Tennessee in the early goings of this season, their serving game. Quite frankly, they have struggled in that category. They entered today's match with double the amount of errors than aces. 58 service aces, 118 service errors. Schrader hammers it off of Tatter, and Middle Tennessee within 3. Check that, now it's 2. So a 6-point deficit, and Middle Tennessee crawls 4 points closer. Agre too long on that one. And the Louisville native gives the serve back to the Cavaliers. Reed exits, Dupre back in for Coach Wells. Just looking for more consistency as we hit the end of non-conference play. Too strong that time from Kira Booth on the slide. Virginia up by 4. At times the offense has been stupendous. At times the defense has been sharp. But Coach Wells hasn't felt like there's been a match this season where both have been clicking. Borum opted to go down the line but couldn't connect. Lead down to 3 as Olivia Bronner re-enters with Adriana Rhoda. Bronner, the redshirt sophomore from Cedar Falls, Iowa. One of 8 newcomers to this team and one of 3 transfers. Northern Iowa transfer. She's got the dig here. Rhoda off 2 hands of Johnson. And Dupre lands it in. The Blue Raiders chose not to play it. Chuck Crawford's shaking his head on the Middle Tennessee sideline. And the Cavaliers are within 7 of taking the first set. UVA hitting near 300 so far. Bronner overpass, easy conversion for Dupre. That's her 5th kill on 8 swings. Chuck Crawford uses his 2nd timeout. 19-14 UVA over Middle Tennessee. Will step aside as the Cavaliers head coach Shannon Wells, her 4th season, earlier today. She said there's a lot of excitement about this year's team. When we started here in 2021, we talked about what we wanted to do. A lot of that really started with the 2024 class getting here, which includes Zoe Dode and Becca White on the right side, 6'6" player. Sarah Brodner an outside, Tegan Hogan. Top 26 recruiting class here in 2024 for UVA. She really felt like this would be the turning point for the program. The hard work that they've put in over the last 3 years starting to turn over now into victories. More miscommunication from Middle Tennessee out of the timeout. Bronner in serve receive, but then 2 Raiders looked at each other and nobody played the ball. So the Cavaliers tie their largest lead so far at 6, needing 5 to take the first set. Spees to the far pin and system for Rhoda, couldn't finish. Dupre, who's been very hot to start this match, misses on the far side. And Middle Tennessee has point 15. Coach Wells was saying, look, I don't want to negate the past 3 seasons because players like Borum and Tatter and Lee, they've played such pivotal roles in getting UVA to this point. And that experience is very important when you get into 5th set scenarios or tough road environments. Coach Wells said, look, overall, the goal is to continue to play to our potential. Every time we watch the film, we still say this, we're like, gosh, we have so many things we can get better at. And that's why she's so optimistic, because, yeah, they're off to this great start, but she knows this team can be so much better. Domillion, not the greatest out-of-system set to Dupre. It hit the net. And so Middle Tennessee is back on serve, and Coach Wells wants to make sure that there's not a significant shift in momentum. 3-point lead for UVA, and she takes her first timeout. Middle Tennessee out of timeouts in this first. Wake Forest on Friday, September 27th, down in Winston-Salem to open up conference play. Let's see how the Cavaliers respond out of the timeout. Dode all the way across for Dupre off the left hand of Magre, and the Cavaliers are 4 points away from a first set victory. Ashley Lee is back to serve, has 6 assists so far in the match. Spees right near the tape. And it's a kill for Middle Tennessee. Shannon Wells looks perplexed, as do her Cavaliers players. The R2 Robert Kyle over his microphone is chatting with the R1 Daniel Leake right now, and Robert will trot across the court to talk to Daniel. Brooklyn Borum, one of the leaders on this leadership council for the Cavaliers, quickly checking in with the two referees. Pivotal point here. It was 21-17. If they talk about it and reverse it, they might replay the point. Or if they gave it to the Cavaliers, they'd be up 22-17. Call does stand. It is Middle Tennessee's point. Blue Raiders trailing by 3, certainly still in this first set. Andy Spees back to serve. "13 aces, 12 service errors so far this season for Spees, who had a triple-double against SEMO on September the 6th. 11 kills, 38 aces, 11 digs, 11 assists rather. There's an ace. And Middle Tennessee is within 2. Clawing their way back from what was once a 6-point deficit. Spees, the 2-time reigning Conference USA Freshman of the Week. Overpass, touchdown, yes. Rhoda brings Middle Tennessee to within 1. Shannon Wells telling her team, next point, forget about it. Middle Tennessee up to 240 in hitting percentage. Gomillion, that's a great serve receive. Dupre and system off the hands of Lau Jensen. Meredith Reed returns for Dupre to play the back row and serve. Reed with 2 aces, no errors so far in her sophomore season. Line drive serve, it's a beauty. Bronner in serve receive, near pin, that's good. Adriana Rhoda with kill number 5 on her 14th swing, only 1 error so far. Allison Eckel serves for the Blue Raiders. Lee to the middle. There's a kill for Kate Dean. The Eastern Illinois transfer, just over 200 kills as a sophomore last year, hit .329. This feels like it could be the rally of the first set. Middle Tennessee hoping to get back on serve. If they do so, they'd have an opportunity to tie the set. If Virginia wins this point, the Cavaliers have set point. Gomillion serves. Spees to the right side. McCutcheon couldn't find the floor. Lauren Bowie tees it up off a couple of hands and down, and Virginia earns set point. Chuck Crawford springs off his seat as the Cavaliers bench starting to celebrate. Gomillion, a float serve right in the middle. Schrader punches it across and keeps Middle Tennessee afloat in this first set. Lau Jansen, who by the way needs just 4 more digs to reach 1,000 on her career, dating back to her time at Little Rock. Jansen's serve, Lee near the net. Bowie softly touches it across. Spees to Schrader. In the back row is Reed. Gomillion, Bowie. Jansen with the dig, it goes across the net. Tatter. Free ball upcoming for UVA. Reed to Lee, to Tatter, no doubt. Virginia takes the first set. Get it going, but they manufactured more offense as the weekend continued with wins over West Virginia and Liberty. Start of the second set, here we are. Gomillion, a solid dig. Dupre, who led everybody with 7 kills in the first set, overcooks it. And Middle Tennessee's got the first point of set 2. Trey McCutcheon, the right side, returns for Coach Crawford's team as Andy Spees is back to serve. 3 aces, 3 errors on serve for Middle Tennessee in the first set. Lee scrambles to set it up for Dupre. Lee digs it up near the ground. Borum goes crashing into the scores table. Spees to the right pin, and Schrader misses the line. Some hesitation from both sides to see who that point would go to. It does go to the Cavaliers. Excellent effort from Brooklyn Borum, who has given this program maximum effort throughout her 4 seasons. Has been in and out of the lineup throughout her career, with other players transferring in or others just getting more opportunity than her, but she has stayed steady in her mentality, had a big offseason, according to Coach Wells, and has been a true leader for this team in 2024. Out of system, Gomillion right to Borum, hacks it with authority, takes a deflection, Virginia's point. Borum approaching 570 kills in her Virginia career. Started off fantastically. Led UVA in kills as a freshman. Was on the All-ACC freshman team, the first Cavalier to do so since 2017 when Sarah Billiard was on that list. Production went down as a sophomore. got more opportunity as her junior season came to a close. Bowie, the perfect placement. Not her usual overpowering stuff, but finessed it to the ground. UVA continues its sparkling offense, .361 hitting percentage. Getting back to Brooklyn Borum, she's been really versatile as well at times in her career. She's even competed for the libero position simply because her passing is awesome. Someone that Shannon Wells can challenge in practice, set an example for her teammates. Had a great attitude switch this past summer. Does have pro aspirations to play after this season. But Coach Wells joked with me that she thinks that Brooklyn will coach at some point. I don't know if Brooklyn necessarily agrees with that. Spies, oh, right there, Dean, to deny the front row for Middle Tennessee. Cavaliers on a 4-0 scoring run to take a 3-point lead. Here's the restart from the senior from Alexandria, Elena Dupre. Jansen, the serve receive. Brooklyn Borum had two hands on that ball. Ashley Lee to Kate Dean. It clatters off the block. Middle Tennessee now on a cross-court kill for Adriana Rhoda. The junior from Hutchinson, Minnesota, about 60 miles west of Minneapolis. Second in Conference USA with just shy of 4 kills per set. A few ticks behind Jacksonville State's Kayla Williams. We mentioned Andy Spies. The center for Middle Tennessee is the two-time reigning Conference USA Freshman of the Week. Since Middle Tennessee joined Conference USA back in 2013, there's only been one other player to earn multiple CUSA Freshman of the Week honors, and that was Rhoda. Oh, Kate Dean! Even she can't believe how she punched that one to the ground. And Shannon Wells is smiling ear to ear. That M2 position, it is so important for this Cavaliers system. And they believe they've got an exquisite M2 indeed coming over from Eastern Illinois. Aowen Schrader, Gomilli in the dig and a whistle. And the point goes to Middle Tennessee. Dean from Tuscala, Illinois, about 30 minutes south of Champaign. We mentioned earlier that she set her career high with 13 kills on a .571 rate against the Liberty Flames. She is noted for her offense, but she's picked up the defense very well in her first season with the Cavaliers. How about that center's dunk? Reagan McIntosh now in the match for Middle Tennessee. The freshman from Verona, Wisconsin, in the Madison area. Lauren Bowie on the right side. Oh, what a dig there from Eckel. Bowie, not much trouble with it. Lee and Borum couldn't finish. Middle Tennessee does get it over the net with Eckel, but it lands way out. And Virginia's up by 2. Two-setter system continues for Coach Wells as Ashley Lee and Lauren Bowie exit. Kate Johnson in to serve, Zoe Doe to set. Johnson has an ace already in this match and serves it here. Schrader booms off the block of Tatter. And the 6'3" Dode, really great size for a freshman setter. Oh, how about that block? Brooklyn Borum says it's my time. Vaulted straight in the air and denied the access. That's the third kill already for Brooklyn Borum. Kate Dean has 4. Touches the tape from Johnson. McIntosh is set right to the middle for Booth. They couldn't convert that time. Middle Tennessee's hitting rate down to 156. And it trickles even further now to 130. Schrader turned aside by Tatter. This Middle Tennessee program, again, we touched on the roster turnover from last season. They hit 303 last year. That's a ridiculous number. That was 6th in the country, 2nd in their conference, only behind Western Kentucky. Borum hammers it on the overpass, and Chuck Crawford is taking a TO. As soon as that ball floated over the net, he was signaling for a timeout before the kill. 5-0 run for the Cavaliers. Lead balloons to 6, and will step aside as well. 10-4 Virginia, trying to take a 2-0 lead here from Mem Jim.
For all the latest updates and information about Cavalier Volleyball, follow us on Instagram and X at ACC Volleyball, and search us on Facebook at Virginia Volleyball.
A 5-0 scoring run for the Cavaliers pushes UVA in front by 6 in the second set against Middle Tennessee. The Cavaliers taking the opening set 25-22 against the Blue Raiders. Some smooth offense throughout the Virginia lineup so far. Elena Dupre leads the team with 7 kills at a .385 conversion rate. Brooklyn Borum and Lauren Bowie each have 4 kills. Abby Tatter with 3 and Kate Dean with 2. Dupre, the first-year Cavalier, you see her on your screen to the left, 14 in white. Just like Grant Howard on the Virginia men's soccer team. She traded in the Chicago Maroon of Virginia Tech for the UVA Orange. She said she admitted to being nervous coming here to grounds, transferring in from a rival school, but she was pleasantly caught by surprise just how friendly this team is. She wanted to stay close to home. She's from Alexandria. Has a couple of friends on the team prior to this year, Milan Gomillion and Haley Velasquez being those 2. And she has been a perfect fit with this Cavaliers roster in 2024. Two-handed touchdown from Aowen Schrader. That ends the 5-0 scoring run for the Cavaliers. And Middle Tennessee is down by 5. Reagan McIntosh exits. Andy Spees, the other freshman setter, is back in. With the DS, Ali Magre serving. Magre was the libero before last weekend when Lau Jansen took over those responsibilities. Over the shoulder. Oh, how crafty is that from Dode? The freshman from Michigan, who was considered the best recruit out of that state, despite that accomplishment, Coach Wells thought that she went underrated in the recruiting scene. Very happy to have her on grounds. Spees, no dice there from Booth. Dupre rainbows it across. There's another setter's dump try from Spees. That doesn't work. Tatter doesn't waste that opportunity. Tatter up to 4 kills on 7 swings. The MVP of the Liberty Tournament last weekend had a season-high 18 kills against the Flames. That one shoots off the hands of Brooklyn Borum, and a point for Middle Tennessee. And we have a ball stuck up here. So there's a little bit of a delay as one of the ball people thankfully had another one in her hands and gave it on over to Alyssa Bronner. So the delay ends. We're back in play. Virginia doubling up Middle Tennessee in the second set. Dupre sails it. That's the third error today for Dupre on 15 swings. Still has the 7 kills. Dupre played the last couple of summers in the European Global Challenge in Croatia. Really serious in her volleyball game. Dode, Tatter on the slide, ricochets off the net and off some Blue Raiders and finally put away, but it's a Middle Tennessee point. We've seen some improvements from the Blue Raiders in their serving game today. They're even in aces and errors. Dupre from near the 10-foot line didn't put enough on it. And Shannon Wells ejects herself from her seat. Thought she might take a timeout there for a moment, but instead will continue with Ronner on serve. Comes over from a terrific Northern Iowa program. In 2 seasons there, 53 wins and a 2-time Missouri Valley Conference champion. But on serve, that plagues Middle Tennessee again. Just as the Blue Raiders were starting to form a run of 4-0, it's back to Abby Tatter, who serves for the Cavaliers. Tatter has an ace already today. Free ball for UVA. Johnson, Dode, centers dump to the back row. That may have been ill-advised. And Middle Tennessee cashes in with Kira Booth. It just didn't feel like that time that Middle Tennessee was caught off guard. There's some tape now on Zoe Dode. Certainly known for her offense. 26 kills in the first 9 matches this season for the Cavaliers. Dode right near the net, and Dean is turned aside. Big block from Emma Nilsson, the freshman from Green Bay. Nilsson, an all-around student athlete, was the salutatorian in her high school class last year. Also won a state championship with Fox Valley Lutheran High School in the shot put. Ashley Lee and Lauren Bowie return for Coach Wells' team. Lee has 11 assists so far for the Cavaliers to lead the team. And Bowie with 4 kills on 9 swings. Lee had double-doubles in each of the 3 matches in the Liberty Tournament. Cavaliers can't put this one back into the atmosphere. 14-12 the lead down to 2 for UVA. Middle Tennessee trailed by 5 in the early stages of this second set. Trailed by 6 at a couple of moments in the first set, but fought their way back down by 1 at one point before Virginia won the first set by 3. Spees serves, it goes off of Bourne and Gomillion, and there is 4 hits on UVA. Cavaliers having trouble with the spin from Spees. And Andy back to serve again. Borum again with difficulty. Gomillion out of system, and the running start for Dupre. Rhoda tees it up. Gomillion with the dig. The overpass, though. Virginia kept it alive for a moment, but then it clattered to the ground. And Middle Tennessee, down 10-5 in this second set, has fought back to equalize at 14. A 9-4 extended run for Coach Crawford's squad. Spees tickles the tape. Lee and Dupre hammers it home. Virginia back in the driver's seat. Dupre exits. Meredith Reig is in to serve. Cavaliers were approaching 400 in the hitting percentage department. So towards the latter stages of the first set, now down to 255. +6 in side-out percentage, 59% for UVA, 53% for Middle Tennessee. Second ever meeting between these two programs. First time they met was back in 2000 at Xavier in Cincinnati. Virginia winning in 4 sets. And that hits the antenna. Cavaliers +2. Reed puts us in play. Jansen, the libero, in the back, and Middle Tennessee caps it off in serve receive with a point. Blue Raiders seeking their first true road win of the season, 0-2 in true road matches. Losses against Montana State in the Montana State Blackridge Invite in Bozeman, and against Charleston on Saturday in the College of Charleston Invitational. And Shannon Wells now takes a timeout. 2 straight for Middle Tennessee to tie us up at 16. We've got ourselves a very compelling second set. Don't go anywhere as we continue our coverage here from Mem Gym. Virginia won the first set 25-22, deadlocked at 16 in set 2 right here on ACC Network Extra.
Major Cavaliers have tallied 7 kills. If they get 4 more kills, everyone in attendance is going home with a coupon for ice cream at Gilman's on the downtown mall.
(16-16) our score in the second set. At one point in this second set, the score was 10-4 Virginia over Middle Tennessee. Chuck Crawford took a timeout at that juncture, and Middle Tennessee has now rallied to tie us up. The Blue Raiders picked 5th out of 10 in the preseason CUSA poll, with Western Kentucky the preseason favorite with 8 first-place votes. WKU, the dominant force in this conference in women's volleyball of recent years. They won 8 of the last 10 CUSA tournaments dating back to 2014. The only other program to win the CUSA tournament in that stretch, Rice, in 2018 and 2022. Middle Tennessee hasn't made the big dance since 2011. Bowie down the line, it is out. Middle Tennessee takes the lead. Eckel the serve. Middle Tennessee in front by 2. The Blue Raiders only had a lead in this second set once. It was 1-0 on an attack error from Elena Dupre for UVA. Kate Dean in the middle, can't finish. Schrader off the hands of Lee and Rieg, and now Borum off the block, and Virginia's within 1. Cavaliers only 2 aces on serve so far today. They've had 3 errors, and that's a category they feel is a strength for their team. Wow, Jansen just cleaning up the court right behind the 10-foot line. Best of 5, Virginia took the opening set, 25-22. Middle Tennessee trying to tie us up at 1. Gomillion serves off the hands of Eckel. Spees to the near pin, and Schrader gives Middle Tennessee a 2-point cushion. Eowyn Schrader, who was not much of a factor over the first couple of weekends for Middle Tennessee, with the libero change of Lau Jansen, that brings her into the lineup more often. Jansen serve, and Reig, it spins right off her hands. And Middle Tennessee is having a party on its sideline right now. Shannon Wells opts to take her second timeout. Middle Tennessee with still 1 remaining. That's why you've got to stay tuned. Just for every single moment of a volleyball match, you never know when the turning point is. UVA was up 10-4 in the second set after taking the first set, and in that first set, at times the Cavaliers were dominating. So at that point you figure, okay, this is going to be a clean sweep, no problem for UVA. Middle Tennessee showing a lot of guts after that first time out from Chuck Crawford here in the second set. As we mentioned, Chuck now in his 8th season as the head coach, hired back in 2017. He's below 500 in his Middle Tennessee career as a coach. But with back-to-back winning seasons, they certainly feel like they're headed in the right direction. Crawford graduated from Miami, Ohio. Played 4 years of club volleyball there, also a year of baseball. Coached volleyball at 2 different high schools in Georgia between the years of 2001 and 2009. Later became a volunteer assistant at Georgia Tech here in the ACC. Jacksonville, an assistant coach there, and his alma mater at Miami, Ohio for 2 years. Back at Georgia Tech as a full-time assistant. 3 years at Auburn from 2014 to 2016, and since then, here with Middle Tennessee in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. His team has its largest lead so far today of 3 out of the timeout. Smack in the hands from Jansen. Couldn't believe that she was too strong on that serve. 6th error on serve for Middle Tennessee. And this follows a trend for Middle Tennessee. The Blue Raiders entered this match with more than double the amount of errors than aces on serve. Big point here for UVA. Kate Johnson serves. Off the wrists of Eckel. Big block in front, 4 hands with Dode and Tatter. Abby gets a piece of that one as well. Dode on the slide for Tatter. Clobbers it off the hands of Spees. Virginia needed that point, and the Who's got it. 5th kill for Abby Tatter on 10 swings. Hitting at 200. Johnson again serves. Spees the back set. McCutcheon no dice. Borum off a couple of hands. Spees another back set for McCutcheon down the line. It's in. Trey McCutcheon, the junior outside, more involved as a freshman than a sophomore. More of a consistent fixture now as a junior. Middle Tennessee leads by 2. Dode, a back set, Tatter, touch. Spees, slide play, mistimed with Kira Booth. Dode, Borum on the pin. Oh, what a dig there by Eckel. Schrader, oh, off the hands of Dode. Back and forth we go in set 2. Borum wiping the sweat off her hand. She's got the opportunity to serve, and it's an ace. That one died on Jansen. And Virginia levels the second set at 21. 3rd ace for the Cavaliers today. Tennessee continuing to wipe down this Paraflex surface, which was put in over the offseason here at Mem Gym. Big improvement for the Cavaliers. This Paraflex surface just has more give in it than a typical gym surface. Milan Gomillion said it perfectly in the offseason. She said, you know, my job is to dive on the floor 95% of the time. And so this makes it a big difference with the joints, the knees, and all the bruises. Schrader way long, but there's a call at the net. Middle Tennessee back in front. Middle Tennessee just 3-6 in the young stages of this season. Up by 1 against the Cavaliers in set 2. Dode locks her eyes on it. That's too long. Elena Dupre misses the target. Remember, the Cavaliers now out of timeouts in this second set. So the only words that they can get from Coach Wells and the coaching staff, they have to come from a distance. 23-21 Bronner the serve. Borum overhands it. Dode to Tatter, off the block, off the net, down for UVA. Cavs trim it down to 1. Tatter has an ace already. Spies, Rhoda, the touch across, it lands down. And MTSU earns set point. Kira Booth, the first-year Blue Raider, former Wildcat of Villanova, back to serve. Gomillion in serve receive. Dode, Dupre, no! Turned aside, it's Spies, the center! Middle Tennessee. 30 will have it for you on ACC Network Extra. Brooks Springer now into serve for Middle Tennessee, and it's an immediate ace. It's the first time Springer's played tonight. And Middle Tennessee, just like it did in set 2, takes the first point of set 3. Springer, a graduate student, middle blocker, another one of those transfers from Evansville. Spent 4 years with the Purple Aces. Lee to a knee. First time we're seeing Cadence Booth, the Tennessee transfer, 12 and white for the Cavaliers. Bronner the dig, it sets up Rhoda. Lee to the middle, and Dean is denied, and the Cavaliers somehow rescue it. Borum smacks it across. Rhoda the roll shot. Lee is in the right spot. Gomillion out of system for Booth. Hammers it cross court. It's in. Touches the line. And Truck Crawford thought about challenging it, and he decides not to. Each coach gets 2 challenges. If you win the challenge, you retain it. If you lose the challenge, you don't have it anymore. If we go to a 5th set, each team gets an additional challenge up to 2. Booth serves. That's a beauty. To the net it goes. Ashley Lee of the dig. Gomillion behind her out of system. Borum with authority. Gomillion opts to play it. Doesn't let it land. Bowie. Deflected off the block. Spies, Rhoda, off Bowie and off Dean, and a point for Middle Tennessee, 2-1 Blue Raiders. Meanwhile, Middle Tennessee, after playing tomorrow's match against Virginia, will take the 8-hour bus trip home to Murfreesboro before hosting Alabama A&M on Tuesday, before beginning their Conference USA slate next Thursday and Friday on the road against Sam Houston in Huntsville, Texas. Lee the back set, Bowie with the roll shot. Spies, back set, no! Brooklyn Borum pounds her chest against her teammates. Third block for Brooklyn, the senior tonight. Gomillion, the float serve. Oh, that's an ace. Fourth one on the night for the Cavaliers. Gomillion suiting up for her 100th career collegiate match, dating back to her time with the Terps. Freshman season led the Big Ten in digs. Fourth in the ACC in that category last year. Overpass, Tanner, or check that, it's Borum. 4-2 UVA. McCutcheon playing on the left pin. Oh, Abby Tanner, that had a lot of steam on it. Gomillion again goes short. Spees, and there's no mistake. Emma Nilsson. Third kill today for Emma Nilsson on 8 swings. Career high 9 kills against Robert Morris last Friday in a 4-set victory for Middle Tennessee. Simo, Austin P, and Robert Morris, the 3 opponents Middle Tennessee has wins over this season. Out of system, a libero Janssen lays it to the far side pin for Schrader. UVA sets it up now for Bowie. Sprawling effort from Janssen. Bowie touches it down. Point for the Cavaliers. Kate Johnson has always been high IQ player for Coach Shannon Wells. Elite defender and a workhorse. Nobody gets more reps in the gym than Kate Johnson does. Shannon had a lot of familiarity with Kate growing up, since Wells used to be on staff with Florida, where she was an assistant and associate head coach for a combined 7 seasons, 2014 to 2020. Kate from Gainesville. By the way, if the Cavaliers do find a way to win tonight, it would be UVA's best 10-match start since 2003, when they were 10-0. Schrader couldn't find a kill. Brooklyn Borum smacks it off the hands of the libero Janssen, and now a point for Middle Tennessee. Janssen, who did not take any swings last weekend, putting on the libero shirt, which was previously filled by Ali Magre. And we've got a challenge here as the R2. Robert Kyle is going to be scorer's table. Shannon Wells challenging the play as he hopes to get this point for the Cavaliers. Illegal back row block. UVA picked 16th out of this now 18-team league in the ACC, with Stanford, Cal, and SMU joining. First 2 of those programs coming over from the Pac-12. SMU winning the American Athletic Conference Championship last season. But Virginia enters tonight as one of 9 teams from the ACC, so half the conference with either no losses or just 1 loss on the season. Syracuse at 9-0, Stanford at 7-0, Pitt at 6-0. Those are 3 of the final 16 teams in the nation that are still undefeated. And then the 6 ACC programs that have 1 loss. Virginia's 8-1, the Cavaliers' only defeat to Coastal. Florida State is 7-1, only loss to Auburn. Georgia Tech 7-1 as well. The Yellow Jackets lost to UCLA. Louisville 7-1, a ranked loss to Penn State. UNC 6-1, lost to South Carolina. And Notre Dame is 6-1 as well, with the Irish's only defeat to the Michigan Wolverines. Verdict is point for Middle Tennessee to call on the four stands. So Virginia's lead remains at 2. It's 6-4 Cavaliers in the third set. We're tied at 1. Lau Jansen back to serve. All-Conference USA second team selection a season ago. Jansen serves to Borum. Dode back in. Borum couldn't finish. To the near pin now for Trey McCutcheon. Gomillion out of system. Here's a free ball for Middle Tennessee. Spees, Ayo and Schrader, no dice on that one. Gomillion pops it back up. Yet another free ball for Middle Tennessee. Oh, it's not free. That's costly. A donut, nobody touched it. And Chuck Crawford's got a plain expression on his face. Those are plays you have to take advantage of, and his team doesn't. 3-point advantage for the Cavaliers. Spees on the back set. And Abby Tatter is whistled for a violation that time. Ali Magre is in to serve. 7 aces, 3 errors on serve so far this year for Magre. Dode, oh, the slide, and Tatter's ball is out. Rocketed on the Navy. MTSU down 1. Overpass. Schrader opts to set it up. They get it right back to Aowen, who crashes it off the block. Even at 7. A lengthier huddle that time for the Cavaliers as they try to sort through these third set issues. Dode lobs it up. Cadence Booth, no kill that time. From the back row, Brooklyn Borum, no. Free ball for UVA. Gomillion in system. Dode, slide, Tatter. We've seen that so many times, but she puts too much power on it. Middle Tennessee up by 1. A Blue Raiders program that returns just 45% of its kills from last season, 22% of its blocks, 36% of its digs. Fresher faces trying to get the job done. Tatter bolts it off of 2 Blue Raiders. Tied at 8. Batter tops on the team on the season in both kills and blocks. Her usage rate offensively is extremely high compared to all the other ACC middle hitters. Joust at the net. Victory to UVA. Schrader palms it over. There's Spies. Total whistle. She touched the net. Chuck Crawford seeking more discipline from his Middle Tennessee squad. Cavaliers with the last 2 points. Check back the last 3. Spies. Schrader. That is a dive. The freshman from Ankeny, Iowa, Des Moines suburb. Very interesting background for Halen. Basketball player, volleyball player, wrestler. Yeah, and that's not the most surprising thing. Trap shooter as well. Bronner too much on that serve. Lauren Bowie replaces Kate Johnson. Ashley Lee back to serve for UVA, the senior from Plano, Texas. Started every match as a freshman, started half the matches as a sophomore, splitting the reps with Gabby Easton. Started 23 matches out of the 28 last season. Bowie, big swing. In the back row that time, McCutcheon. Rhoda. It goes off of Booth. UVA rescues it for the moment. Free ball for Middle Tennessee. On the slide, Kira Booth. Villanova's all-time leader in hitting percentage, making her impact in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Brooke Springer, who began this third set on serve, is once again back there for Middle Tennessee. Henderson, Kentucky native, right along the Ohio River. And the Evansville transfer serves. Too much from Borum. Joust won by MTSU. Rhoda, big presence up front. Been a long road trip for Middle Tennessee. 3 matches in Charleston, 2 on Friday, 1 on Saturday. They did not go home in between. They flew from Charleston to Charlotte, here to Charlottesville. Had a good practice yesterday, and here they are playing against UVA tonight. Middle Tennessee's players spent Sunday on the beach down in Charleston. Why wouldn't you when you're down there? The weather wasn't that cooperative, though. They also did some shopping on King Street. Emma Nilsson, by the way, who's from Wisconsin, had never seen the ocean before heading to the beach in Charleston. She definitely saw cheese, though, in her childhood. Rhoda tees it up right off the fists of Booth. Middle Tennessee pulls to within 1. Magre exits, and Middle Tennessee serves with Andy Spies. Blue Raiders with 6 aces, 7 errors. Massive improvement from their season totals. Booth getting her first action here in the third set. Spies to the middle. No conversion there from Nilsson. Rhoda, who's been busy. Go Million flops to the floor to save it. Borum the touch across. To the back row now it goes. Jensen to Rhoda, way too much. Virginia by 2. Cavaliers, meanwhile, have 5 aces now, just 3 service errors. Spies, short set. Nilsson, no. Lee extending, and a free ball for Middle Tennessee. Bronner to Spies, and now McCutcheon, and Abby Tanner forms a wall. 3-point lead for UVA, and for the first time today, we'll take the obligated media timeout with neither coach taking a TO before the first 15 are on the board for either spot. So UVA up by 3, Cavaliers 10 points away from taking a 2-1 lead against the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders out of Conference USA. We'll step aside for a moment and return with more action here in the third set on ACC Network Extra.
Be sure to stick around after the match to get your posters signed by members of the team. Once again, there will be an autograph session open to all fans at the conclusion of tonight's match.
Cavaliers in a fight with the Blue Raiders on a Tuesday evening from Charlottesville. Each team won a set to start us off. UVA 25-22, Middle Tennessee 25-22. Now the Cavaliers have a 3-point advantage over the Blue Raiders here in set 3. UVA at 213, Middle Tennessee at 194. Cavaliers much better defensively. They have 9 blocks compared to just 3 for the Blue Raiders. Inside of Mem Gym, which celebrates its 100th anniversary. Opened up back in 1924. At the time, it was a memorial for the 2,700 students and alumni killed in World War I. At the time, it was the 3rd largest gym in the eastern United States. But renovations this offseason, including 226 chairbacks installed right below us. Nilsson's kill try went off the hands of Lee, and then the effort from Booth, who scurries back in play. Too much heat for Comillion to deal with. Adriana Rhoda now up to a dozen kills to lead MTSU. Rhoda and Bronner to the bench, with Allison Eckel back to serve. Eckel's mom, Jennifer, played golf at Grand Valley State in the late 90s. Sister Michaela plays volleyball at D2 Quincy University in Illinois. Schrader, powerful punch. Eowyn Schrader now with 11 kills on 23 swings with just 2 errors. She has established a career high in offense tonight. The young freshman from Iowa. Eckel serves with hopes of bringing MTSU in a tie, and she does. Tanner affected in the front row by Emma Nilsson. 3-0 scoring run for MTSU out of the media break. Each team near 200 in hitting percentage. Ashley Lee, the back set. Lauren Bowie couldn't capitalize. Now it's Schrader near the net. That hit off of Bowie. Point Middle Tennessee. UVA tried to claim it wasn't off of in, but not the case. 4 straight for the Blue Raiders. Middle Tennessee now has the edge in hitting percentage. UVA has dropped to 186. Eckel again serves. Comillion in front. Abby Tanner with a boot. 16 all. Dode and Johnson return for Coach Wells. Cavaliers won the opening set tonight. When UVA wins the first set this season, they're 6-0. 2-1 in matches that they lost the first set. Johnson clubs it across the net. Schrader denied. There's Dode in front. What a luxury at 6'2" to have a center and a freshman with all that talent. especially because the other setter, and Ashley Lee, is not known for her height at just 5'9". Schrader, another crack. Booth the dig. Gomillion now to Borum. Across the way it goes. There's Eckel to dig it up. Nilsson in front. Dode near pin. Borum. And another dig there by Eckel. Nilsson off Tatter, out of bounds. Nip and tuck in this third set. 17 all. Lau Jansen back to serve. Jansen's got 13 digs in the match with 3 aces. Overpass. Middle Tennessee finds the floor again with Schrader. Seesaw continues. Ashley Lee quickly back in for Dode. Both teams saving their timeouts for the final points of this match. Jansen again. Right over the net. That's a great serve. Lee on a back set. Oh, Tatter with authority annihilates it. Double-digit kill performance for Abby Tatter on 21 swings. She's now over 100 kills this season and approaching 800 on her career. Schrader taps it off of Lee. Booth takes something off it. Oh, it eventually ricochets to the ground. Cadence Booth has 3 kills here in this third set. Cold off the bench after not playing the first 2 sets. And a timeout is called. 19-18 Virginia leads. MTSU down to 1 timeout here in this third set. Blue Raiders above 200 in hitting percentage at 204. Cavaliers have just knotted them up at 204. Middle Tennessee has 1 more ace than UVA, but the Cavaliers have 7 more blocks. MTSU with 1 more kill than UVA as well. UVA now in its 4th year under Shannon Wells, 8-20 year 1. 12-17 in 2022. Last year, 11-17. The team has won 4 conference games in each of the last 2 years after being just 1-17 in the ACC in 2021. A program that has suffered through 8 consecutive losing seasons, but Coach Wells feels the improvement. And she feels like with this class of 2024, the freshmen that she so desperately wanted here on grounds, that they are starting to turn a page. Heck, UVA is 8-1 for the first time since Facebook was made. Yeah, back in 2004. Also the same year that the Incredibles was released. Always loved Elastigirl in those 2 Incredibles movies. One of the very sad things about 2004. It was the final year of Friends. The final episode of Friends was back in 2004. Pivot, pivot. All right, enough of that. Back in play. Borum serves. Oh, right down the middle. It's Kira Booth. Locked up at 19. Booth now 3rd on the team with 5 kills on 14 swings. Moncrief the serve to the back row for Borum. Lee to 2 knees, and Cadence Booth overshoots it. Claims that there was a deflection at the net. The referees and side judges, they say no. Shannon Wells isn't going to challenge. Next point mentality. She wiggles her finger around. Moncrief serves. Lee sets it up. Tatter. Tatter 20. Now Abby is back to serve. UVA wants to make a late sub here. Tatter to the bench for Meredith Reed. Meredith yet to have an ace in tonight's match. 2 on the season, 7 on her career, the young sophomore from Raleigh. Schrader out. 21-20 UVA. Coach Chuck Crawford looks at Eowyn Schrader and says, "You sure?" Eowyn says, "Yes." MTSU to challenge. The R2, Robert Kyle, now discussing it with Coach Crawford. And here comes a challenge for a potential tip at the net. Someone's got 21 after this review. It's either UVA or Middle Tennessee.
The previous play is under further review.
Appearances each in the last 3 years, 21 and at 23. In 2022, this program was a game over 500, 15 and 14, 4 and 10 in the conference. Last season, a resurgence, 20 and 10, 11 and 5 in Conference USA. Started the season 0 and 3 with losses to Clemson, Wofford, and Iowa. But they finished the preseason in 2023 on an 8-match win streak, their longest since 2011. In that win streak, it featured a 4-set win on the road against number 25 Auburn, their first ranked win in 13 years. MTSU dropped its first 2 conference matches, then went 12-1 over the next 13. Fell in their final 2 conference matches to Western Kentucky, the team that has won 8 out of the last 10 CUSA championships. MTSU bowed out in the quarterfinals of the conference tournament to FIU. But a lot of departures from last year's team. MTSU lost its setter, libero, M1, M2, and right side. Call on the court stands, point to UVA. Cavaliers lead by 1. Taylor Iser, MTSU's setter, transferred to UNC. Kayla Henley, the right side, signed in Spain. Kaylee Oscarson, a middle, signed in Peru. Deja Smith, 4-year starter. She's done with college. Erin Eisenhart, who was their libero, is now on staff as a GA. Service error for Meredith Reed after the review, so she may have gotten cold during that time off. This set has been especially tight. Here we are at 21 apiece with Olivia Bronner serving. Johnson sails it high in the air for Lee, and now Booth. An overpass. Booth, 2 hands it across. Now goes at it again. Couldn't finish it. Out of system. Rhoda. Oh, what a dig there by Gomillion. To the near pin for Booth. Smacks it too long. Point for Middle Tennessee, 22-21. Oh, they say there's a touch. Point goes to the Who's. Flip the score. No argument from Coach Crawford, who now takes a timeout. So as both teams discuss it, we'll take a break as well. 22-21 UVA over MTSU. Crucial 3rd set. Hear from them, Jim. Mem Gym, the site for a spectacular volleyball match on a Tuesday night from Charlottesville. Virginia won the opening set 25-22. Middle Tennessee responded 25-22 in the second. Now we've got a score line of 22-21 UVA here in the third. Cavaliers hitting at 202, Middle Tennessee at 198. UVA with one player in double figures in kills. Abby Tatter's got 12 on a 261 conversion rate. MTSU with two players with 10 or more kills. Adriana Rhoda's got 12 on a 345 rate. And Aylin Schrader, a career high 13 kills, hitting at 310. MTSU faced a 6-point deficit early in the second half. Much stronger play since then. Out of the timeout. Rhoda to the back line. It's out. Rhoda in disbelief. Two-point cushion for UVA with Ashley Lee back to serve. Cavaliers with 5 aces, 4 errors on serve. Lee with 10 digs today, 17 assists. That's an error. Lee's down to 1. MTSU back on serve. Emma Nilsson returns, 2 fists in the air, pumping up her teammates. Kira Booth to serve. Borum has some difficulty with it. Lee to Booth. Slapped across by the setter, Spies. Lee to Bowie. There's Spies again. They're out of system. Magre to Rhoda. UVA now dials it up for Bowie. Oh, it's straight down. Rhoda and Nilsson near it. 23 all. Shannon Wells takes her first timeout of the third set. MTSU doesn't have a timeout left. Well, if this does go to extra points, UVA no stranger to a situation like that. Cavaliers in their first match on Friday in Lynchburg against West Virginia, first set of that one, it went to extra points. They lost 31-29 in that first set, but responded 25-16, 25-21, and 25-19. The Cavaliers at one point were down by 6 in that first set against the Mountaineers, 21-15. Fought back for that 24-24 tie before they were edged by the Mountaineers by 2. Milan Gomillion paces UVA with 14 digs today. Ashley Lee has 10. Abby Tatter with 6 blocks. Her career high is double that, 12 on the road against UMBC last September. Cavaliers win tonight. Best 10-match start since 2003. We mentioned that the 9-match start, 8-1, was their best since 2004. In that 04 season, they lost their next match against Wisconsin. Finished that year 19-11, 8-8 in the ACC. (23-all) Booth's serve. Lee the short set to the middle. Kate Dean back in, and her impact is noticed. Set point UVA. 4th kill for Kate Dean. The junior middle hitter for UVA, and now it's Cadence Booth, transfer from Tennessee, who got more opportunity in the 3 matches against both ETSU, West Virginia, and Liberty. Free ball for UVA. Borum to Lee, in front Dean. Crashes it off the block. Setter's dump from Spies. That doesn't operate well. Now it's Borum off the block. Stays in play. Borum hits it off the tape. UVA keeps it alive. Free ball for Middle Tennessee. Spies to Rhoda. The dig from Gomillion. Lee, now to Borum. Whistle. Point UVA. Set 3 goes to the Cavs. Chuck Crawford has his green challenge card in his hand. And Robert Kyle, the R2, sends both teams back to their benches. He will use the challenge. And take a look at this last play.
The original callers note that they are challenging that there was a violation on the play. The
going to see if this net violation did indeed occur. Schrader with 13 kills, Rhoda with 12, Tatter with 12 for UVA, hitting at .250. Defense has improved significantly on both sides. UVA at 188 hitting percentage, MTSU at 184. Call on the floor was a net violation on MTSU. So Robert Kyle must have something conclusive to change this. Perfect time for a cha-cha slide. We told you earlier that FSU is the only other ACC team in action tonight. The Seminoles won the second set against the Gators 25-22 to equal that one at a set apiece. FSU leads 12-10 in the third set right now, and New Mexico State and New Mexico are set to get started in the not too distant future tonight. That match should start in about 10 minutes. The decision is Middle Tennessee wins the challenge. So no net violation. Shannon Wells for the moment was disturbed by the call, but turns her direction to her players. So it's 24-24. We'll go to extra points here in this third set. Andy Spees serves with Andy Chance from her bench. Ashley Lee, that's a long way to go for Brooklyn Borum. Johnny on the spot. 8th kill for Borum. She doesn't have an error tonight. Dean and Reeg off. Gomillion to serve. Set point UVA. Jansen, Spees, and right near the bench, UVA somehow gets it over. What effort from Ashley Lee. Ashley's right back in position. Gomillion behind her head for Brooklyn Borum. There's a dig from Jansen right near the net. MTSU gets it across. Lee in system, Tatter over the shoulder, no. Spees, Rhoda down the line, in is in. No, it's out. MTSU's bench erupted to celebrate, and Coach Crawford's going to challenge this one as well. So the call on the floor is out. And Robert Kyle once again locks his eyes on the monitor. Call stands, UVA wins the set. The call differs, then tied at 25. Have indisputable video evidence to correct any potential error. Certainly understand the attention that the R2 is giving to this. Of course, a pivotal point in this match. A decision has been reached. MTSU loses the challenge. UVA wins the third set. Fourth set underway. Ashley Lee serves. Goes cross court. Janssen in serve receive. And that goes right to the back line. It is out. Too much on it from Emma Nilsson. Float serve from Lee. That's blocked in front off the hands of White, but it lands out of bounds. Tied at 1. Andy Spies serves. Ali Magre exits. Trey McCutcheon, the right side, is in. Just to give you a picture on how offensively minded she is, Spies already has 6 matches this season with 5 kills. Coming from the setter. Spies sets this one up for Nilsson. Pops it back in the air. Rhoda off the hands of Kate Dean out of bounds. 2-1 MTSU. Abby Tatter takes a seat right next to Coach Wells. And assistant coach Sarah Bullock. Booth gets the kill. Spies, Rhoda, the rocket is denied. Brooklyn Borum on the block. Fifth block tonight for the senior Brooklyn Borum. Cadence Booth gets a crack at serving. Spies the short set for Nilsson. Booth reaches right over her head to save it. Overpass, and Borum's got it. And with Narco blaring in the background, we will take a breather here as Janssen will wipe the sweat off the court. Booth in 2 years with Tennessee, made the NCAA tournament twice, including the Sweet 16 last season. Another point for the Cavaliers, expand the lead to 3. Booth, a junior from Kernersville, North Carolina, suburb of Winston-Salem. The number 4 recruit out of Carolina in the class of 2022. Spies on the back set. Rhoda. Borum with a great save. Same deal for Ashley Lee. Middle Tennessee trying to get it over the net. They do with Trey McCutcheon. Front row. UVA can't finish with Dean. Spies now for Nilsson. Lee the dig. Borum all the way across on the run. It's wide. It's way too long. MTSU point. Blue Raiders trail by 2. Eowyn Schrader back in alongside her teammate Allison Eckel. Lee distributes. Borum couldn't overpower the block. Nilsson's shot is too low. We've seen Middle Tennessee's defense take some major strides over recent matches. They've been exceptional tonight. Abby Tatter is an exceptional blocker. 7th block for Abby Tatter. And we played just over 3 sets. Alon Gomillion serves. Loops it in there. Spies to 2 knees. Now Eowyn Schrader touches it across. Gomillion slaps it for White. Again, it's out. Becca White is playing in her first set tonight. She has alternated on that right side with Lauren Bowie. Got a lot of reps in the first 3 matches with Bowie out with injury. Jensen back to serve. Lee to White again. Spies had trouble with it. MTSU out of system. Schrader down the middle. Looking for a touch at the net. They don't get it. Point for UVA. White out of the match. Kate Johnson in to serve. Johnson has an ace in this match. One of the 6 for the Cavaliers. Spies to the near side pin. Ashley Lee, who is just 5'9" and not known for her blocking, shows some ups. Johnson again. Lee again with a block. A lot of smiles on the Cavaliers bench. Even Shannon Wells kind of cranks her neck back. Timeout MTSU. Couple of blocks from a player you wouldn't suspect it of. Ashley Lee. 10-4 Cavaliers here in the 4th set. UVA up by 6. Cavs win this set. We're done tonight from them. Jim will step aside here on ACC Network Extra. Cavs 34-8 all-time against current Conference USA members, hoping to tack on win 35 as they're up 10-4 here in the 4th set with a 2-1 lead over Middle Tennessee. Corey Spector with you here on a Tuesday night from them, Jim. We appreciate you stopping by and spending some of your work evening with us. Abby Tatter with 12 kills for UVA. Ashley Lee with 20 assists. And Lee and Gomillion tied for the team lead with 15 digs. 2 blocks prior to the break from Ashley Lee, who was normally subbed out in the front row. 3-0 scoring run for the Cavaliers. Kate Johnson's been on serve for all of them. McCutcheon crashes into the scorer's table to make that play. Ashley Lee to Brooklyn Borum, taps it across, and Chuck Crawford's got to get out of the way. Couldn't do so in time with Ray McCutcheon advancing towards him. 11-4 Cavaliers, up to 7 is the advantage. Johnson is known for being an elite server. She's been brought in as a specialist in that category all 3 of her years on grounds. Shannon Wells gets off the bench, twirls her finger and says, "Let's go." Thinks that may have been a delay tactic from MTSU. Overpass. Oh, Brooklyn Borum. She bakes it to the ground. 11 kills for Brooklyn Borum. Career high of 21 last season against Notre Dame. Johnson again serves. 5-0 scoring run for the Cavaliers. Can it continue? Tatter right off the body of Spees. Whistle. Point UVA. Double hit. One of the rule changes this year. You can double contact it as a setter on the second hit. You're making every attempt to try to do it in one try, but not if it directly goes over the net. Johnson again whistles it too long. So that ends the 6-0 run for the Cavaliers. UVA still up by 8. MTSU running out of time. Blue Raiders need a big stretch here with Ali Magre on serve. Freshman from Louisville. Magre pounds it. Borum. Excellent dig from Eckel. Gomillion to Lee, and now Brooklyn Borum wallops it down the line. A dozen kills now for Borum, matching Abby Tatter for the team lead, and it's a 9-point hefty cushion for the Cavs. Borum serving. Oh, that's a rocket. How about that from Booth? A missile to put MTSU on serve. Blue Raiders have to string something together quickly. Olivia Bronner serves. They cannot trade points with the Cavaliers at this juncture. Lee scampers to set it up for Booth. Down to the floor and a point for MTSU. Cadence Booth for UVA, Kira Booth for MTSU, no relation. In fact, Cadence spells it with an E at the end and Kira does not. Ashley Lee in system, Abby Tatter. That felt perfect. There's chemistry between two seniors. As Tatter hands it off for the sophomore Reed. UVA 10 points away from winning its 9th match out of 10 here in 2024. Rees stumbles, and it's a point for MTSU. Lee dials it up. Cadence Booth off the block. Spees to the near side for Rhoda. Borum in the back row with the dig. Lee over the head for Cadence Booth. Goes over the net from Kate Dean. Spees mistimed jump here from Nilsson. Gomillion out of system. Booth again. Terrific dig that time. On the back row from Bronner. Lee to two knees. Booth can't finish. Rally ensues. Free ball for UVA. Lee out of system. Gomillion now to Cadence Booth on the left antenna. Gomillion rescues it. Right back to Cadence Booth. Off the block. Longest rally continues. Setter's dump. Johnson dig. Booth across the net. Point UVA. Cavaliers grind to get to 16. And they're doubling up the Blue Raiders. Ashley Lee serves. Cross court. Jansen to the middle. Nilsson, powerful. Pulverizing it. Travis Megorian, the assistant coach for UVA, off the bench. His first year with the Cavs, running the offense. Comes over from West Virginia. Also was across the mountain for 3 seasons at James Madison as the associate head coach under Lauren Steinbrecher. Lee tries the near side with White. Becca White with her first kill in tonight's match. Freshman from Worthington, Ohio, Columbus suburb. Played on the same club team as Lauren Bowie growing up. Into net. Out of system, Bronner to Rhoda. She thought she hit the floor. She did. She was correct. UVA continued to play the point, but it does go to MTSU. Lee to White. A dig from Eckel. Slams across, and it's good for Schrader. Didn't elevate, didn't matter. Lee to Dean. Deflection, point, UVA. Chuck Crawford still has 1 timeout remaining. A reminder that both teams will be on the court tomorrow. A rematch of tonight's match, 6:30 Eastern Time. We'll have it for you right here on ACC Network Extra. Block from UVA, but it does carry him out of bounds. Still a comfortable lead of 6 for the Cavs. Lee right near the tape. Tatter the poke. Now jams it up with her fist. Free ball MTSU. Janssen, Spies, right side, turned aside but out of bounds. Too much on it from Trey McCutcheon. Coach Wells told me this morning they want to get the ball to the middles. Miscommunication in the back, Borum and Booth. 18-14 UVA, timeout Cavs. At one point in this 4th set, the Cavaliers had a lead of 8. Check that, they had a lead of 9. At 13-4, at 14-5. But since that 14-5 scoreline in favor of UVA, MTSU has scored 9, and UVA's only got 4. So it's a rematch tomorrow night. Then UVA hits the road for 2 ACC matches, but not until next weekend. Friday the 27th against Wake Forest. And then Sunday in Raleigh against NC State. So after tomorrow's match, UVA doesn't have another match for 9 days. UVA, after tomorrow's match, isn't back here at Mem Chin until Friday, October 4th against Florida State. We'll also have Miami that weekend on the Sunday. MTSU faces Alabama A&M at home on Tuesday. The Bulldogs program that lost in the SWAC quarters last year, 11-5 in conference play. MTSU begins CUSA play next Thursday and Friday at Sam Houston, 26th and 27th of September. Lee, the short set for Tatter, splits the seam. When in doubt, go to the go-to player. 14 kills for Abby Tatter, 4 shy of her season high of 18 in the last match against Liberty in a 5-set victory in Lynchburg. Johnson serves cross court, electing to keep it in play. Janssen to the floor it goes, and a point for MTSU. It's just been a little bit sloppy from the Cavaliers over the last 6 or 7 rallies or so. Magre to serve. Lee to Tatter. Boomerangs back to the Cavaliers side. Lee to Tatter again. Lee pops it up, this time out of system. Borum lines it up. Speeds to the near pin for Aylin Schrader, and that pops off a Cav and down to the floor for an MTSU point. Once down by 9, they trail by 3. MTSU's hitting percentage has been trimmed down to 161. Cavaliers at 187. It would be fantastic from a UVA perspective if the hitting percentage from the first set continued. They were near 400, but that has not been the case. Back in play, Lee to Tatter. Blocked. Aylin Schrader stuffs it out. Major ground has been made up by MTSU, hoping to force a 5th. Magre again, whacks it over the net. Lee to Borum. That's set a little bit low. MTSU having trouble. Tatter puts it away. "15 kills for Abby Tatter on 33 swings. Players putting their bodies on the line. It seems like every single point afterwards, they're cleaning something up. Schrader on a career-high night. Gomillion somehow with the dig, and it leads to a UVA point, and Borum, with enthusiasm, shoves Gomillion. Chuck Crawford takes a timeout, his team down by 4. That's a moment right there. You can kind of see the positivity of Brooklyn Borum. We touched on it earlier, but a player whose path has not been linear here with UVA. Led the team in kills, all-conference freshman team selection in 2021. Took a back seat in 2022 and was mostly a reserve to begin last season. But as the season continued a year ago, her play became much stronger and just more opportunity. I mean, here are the numbers. In the first 10 matches in 2023, Brooklyn averaged 10.5 total attacks per match. In the final 17, 26.5. That's plus 16.5. And we spoke with Coach Wells this morning. She said, you know, proud would be an understatement for how I feel about Brooklyn Borum. Just the buy-in that she has for this program, knowing that it's her senior season this year. Attitude, it's an uptick this year. Player with a lot of talent coming in. Top 25 recruit across the nation in the class of 2021. Someone just like an Abby Tatter and an Ashley Lee was not recruited by the Wells regime. Shannon getting hired in April of 2021. But certainly, Brooklyn is a massive factor for this year's squad. Chuck Crawford does not have any timeouts remaining. Brooklyn Borum serves. The team up 4. Schrader blasts it off of Johnson. Booth says it's mine. Free ball, MTSU. Spies to Schrader. Gomillion right up to the ceiling, and UVA couldn't maintain it. Went off one of the beams up top here. Changed the course of the ball's direction. And an unfortunate bounce for UVA gives the serve back to MTSU. Olivia Bronner needs a rally. Lee lips it. Tatter terminates. 16 kills for Abby Tatter. Counter continues to rise. Abby gets a high five from Coach Wells. Kate Dean is in at the middle. Haley Velasquez in for the first time to serve. Velasquez has only played in 14 sets so far this season. Doesn't have an ace, 4 errors on serve. Velasquez pumps it to the back row. Bronner in serve receive. Ashley Lee a factor in the front row. Lee sets it up for Borum. Rhoda. Now Lee again. Booth. Soft smack across. Spies. Velasquez the dig. And Booth couldn't land it on MTSU's side. 22-19, Cavaliers over the Blue Raiders. UVA 3 points away from clinching a victory tonight. UVA has 15 blocks, MTSU with 7. Gomillion transports it to Lee, and now it's Booth, and it blazes out of bounds. MTSU down by 2. Shannon Wells wants to challenge.
The ball is out. UVA is challenging the ball is in. The previous play is under further.
A reminder that the call on the floor was that the ball was out. Coach Wells hoping that the ball was in. 22-20. Cavaliers with the edge over the Blue Raiders prior to this review. Tatter 16 kills, Borum with 12. Those two players have also combined for 14 blocks in this game. Elena Dupre, who has not been utilized much over the last couple of sets, has 8 kills, had 7 in the first set alone. Ashley Lee has 27 assists tonight, 16 digs. Career high in that category is 24 against Rutgers last season. After the review, the point goes to UVA. Shannon Wells is correct. So it's 23-19 instead of 22-20. And UVA 2 points away from wrapping this baby up. Ashley Lee to serve for UVA. Senior from Plano, Texas. Jansen in front. No conversion there from Nilsson. Lee to White. Off her left arm. MTSU down by 3 and back on serve. Well, if the Blue Raiders don't retain the serve, it'll be match point for the Cavs. Andy Spies is the server. An ace tonight, 13 digs. Lau Janssen leads the team with 20 digs. Booth to Gomillion out of system. Back to Cadence Booth. Rhoda was there. Nilsson to Lee. Gomillion elevates it. Booth cross court. The dig from Janssen again. Spies. Oh, that's a nice pancake attempt from Gomillion. Didn't get it. And the point for McCutcheon. MTSU once down by 9 in this 4th set. Trails by 2. Again on serve with Spies. MTSU has 7 aces and 7 errors on serve. Cavaliers 6 aces and 6 errors on serve. Cavaliers plus 19 in the hitting percentage department. Around the bend, White goes. Lee the short set for Dean. Right back to Lee. Out of system, Gomillion to Cadence Booth. Across the way, it's down. And it's match point for the Cavs. What an addition Cadence Booth has been to the lineup tonight. 8 kills, and she's only played the last couple of sets. Also has 11 digs. 2 kills shy of a double-double. Here's match point with Booth serving. Bronner to Spies. Rhoda off the net. 4 hits, MTSU, set and match to the Cavaliers. And UVA is off to its best 10-match start in 21 years.